Yeah, congratulations, firstly, on the song. We love it, and everyone loves it. Everyone who's heard it. If you haven't heard it, you have to go listen to it now. Stop, pause this, go listen, and then come back. It is. Was I expect? Yeah, okay. You were posting about it. I didn't know it was coming, but then when you started telling people it's coming, I was like, oh, it's coming. How long has this song been in the works?
Oh man. So I first performed Choro live in the summer of 2019 in London.
Hmm.
Like it wasn't close to being released at that point because I like performing songs live a bit to assess the things I want to change and the things I want to do with it.
Hmm.
But I've been carrying it with me for about 2 years. The video we shot in April, but and the song was ready about Feb, but we've been like everyone's been working on it for a while now.
Oh, this April. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that was, and so we like the turnaround was like a month. The team is
Wow.
like ridiculously good.
Yeah, especially like the video. I mean, the song is great and it's a very unique sound, voice, वगैरह सब कुछ. We'll talk about that. But the video is like, oh, ये क्या हो रहा है? Like it's super surreal, very unique. I found out कि अच्छा हाशिम अली भी कोई है because I am not in Pakistan. मुझे कुछ नहीं पता इस बारे में. But I find out when like huge crazy stuff like this happens, I'm like, अच्छा ये कौन है हाशिम अली? इसने ये सारा art design किया है. I have to look it up. It was very. Were you involved, or was that like fully from there, the video
No, no.
teams?
So it was like a group effort as it always is with these things. So like
Okay.
so I had come up with a bunch of concepts, which basically was me sending people like presentation PDFs for a bit. So I had this music video idea that I've been trying to shoot for 6 months, but I was busy with work and just like didn't have like a minute to kind of get through to it. But like the rooms and the concepts, I think those like overall mota mota had been decided.
Yeah.
Then I reached out to AR. AR and I had previously worked on Trace.
Okay.
So like I knew that I was comfortable co-directing with him because, like that was a hard shoot to do as well. Like submerging myself in water and like all of that stuff. Like it was like intense, but like super great to work with him. And he really gets how to like handle me, even though like he hasn't known me for very long.
Mm.
Because I'm just like, I wanted to in Choro, I wanted to pick flowers out of the commode and smell them and eat the sofa. He's like, no. And I was like, fine. So I got AR and the rest of the team on. Bilal was on as a producer who's a part of AR's team, and like a lot of what Black Parrot Studios and Mosiki, that entire crew was a part of this.
Yeah.
And so, like, when we were figuring out our director, there was only one name that came up, which was Hashim.
Mm.
Hashim and I met at this working, both of us were working at with Noori maybe 5, 6 years ago. I was interning and he was doing art direction for a set. So we had met then, but like never really connected as much after that. So I reached out to him, and then he was just like, yes, obviously. And I was like, oh my God, amazing.
Yeah.
And so he came on, and like whatever reference I gave him, he just kind of went above and beyond that. And then like to have both Hashim Ali and then Abes Koher on as a DOP, and like the color grade, all the colors
Bro.
like that's also like such a beautiful combo of those two
Yeah.
guys. And Aves had also just done Farid Shafi's introduction. So he's like got his own game going, right? And he's
Mm.
also done like an Ali Sethi video previously as well. So I literally managed to somehow score the dream team who just like sorted me out. And
And I
that's like
mean,
why it looks so grand.
it looks amazing. Like
Thank
I
you.
I don't think you're the more knowledgeable Pakistan music person than me. Do you think there's anything similar in terms of surrealism or aesthetic or something in like the past 10 years? No.
I
I
mean,
can't.
that's for you to say and for me to be like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, we're not. You're not gonna say कि your video is the best. अच्छा चलो ठीक है ठीक है. I
Yeah,
will
fine.
say it is quite unique. And so did they make like the mirrors and the stuff? Were they made for the
So
thing?
we shot this at Evernew. So all four of the sets were separately constructed from scratch, right? So the
Wow.
walls were put up. Hashim went and like found the tiles because I was like, I want this exact color palette. I got like a Pantone like card
Nice,
shade card
nice,
out,
nice.
and I was like, these are the colors, and like
Yeah.
even the clothes were like made according to like that palette. And again, like it's not like I have any like visual training whatsoever. I've just like done a lot of like managing design work
Yeah, yeah.
previously with like a lot of with LMM, with a lot of the jobs I've worked at. And so like it was all learning for me as well. And they were all just like willing to take all of my kind of crazy ideas. So everything was constructed. The commode, I didn't expect there to be a Muslim shower. Amazing.
Was really, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, who would have thought? And like, just the level of detail that he went into was insane. The dhaga room was insane.
How,
Like,
I don't even know, how do you get in there?
it was actually not that hard to get in there.
Oh,
It was not like it, I wouldn't go that deep into it. And so, like, I just kind of had to duck between a few things and just I got into it.
stand up beach
But
mein jaake.
yeah, stand up beach mein jaake, and then
Right.
Hashim like kind of like intertwined my hair with the thread. And then I was just standing there for 20 minutes. But fun fact, which no one knows about, is that was the shortest shoot for the video because I'm so unfit that keeping my arms like this for like 20 minutes meant that I was ready to pass out. And I was like, guys, I can't do this. And I went and I threw up. And I
What?
was like, yeah, I ran outside. Luckily, like no set was harmed in the making of this film. But yeah, like I need to join a gym, it
Yeah,
seems.
for arm string interaction situations.
I mean, these
And
music, I
how,
do my own stunts clearly. So
yeah,
like
yeah. So there is that point of respect. But I really, and the song with Abdullah Siddiqui, like you wrote it, you sang it, you composed it, and you co-produced with
yeah,
Mr. Abdullah Siddiqui himself.
he's
I
the
saw you
man.
said somewhere, I
Mhm.
haven't heard the original. I know there's a video of the performance, but you said that it's very different from then.
It's not super different to be like, so there was a first initial performance that I did in London, and so like this was that version of the song had pretty much the same elements. It
Hmm.
was just maybe like 15, 20 bpm slower.
Acha.
And I was so bored performing it. I was like, oh my god.
Right.
And so like I had to change it. So like all of last year, just before the pandemic, it was like a good time for me because I got to perform like every weekend. And so like I really kind of like locked in that sound. So like most of like I think a lot of the elements that were in that original thing, except sped up, obviously, were used in this. And like
Mhm.
Abdullah just comes in and makes everything, like he really gets into textures and he really makes everything sound huge.
Hmm.
And also like just the way he's treated my voice at different parts, like he's like fantastic, and he's like no fuss. We because it was corona, like we ended up like working together on the mix in like a park. He brought
Okay.
his laptop and we were like sitting across each other with masks on and just
Right.
like trying to hear what was happening and what to do, but he was like amazing through it all.